We recording? What's up, my party people? What are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about treasury companies, crypto treasury companies to be exact. Because where do I think they're going? I think they're going to the moon. Am I a financial advisor? No. Do I give financial advice? No. Anyway, Bitcoin and Ethereum treasury companies are going to the motherflippin' moon. Today we're going to be looking at ASST call options and BMNR. So let's pull up the handy dandy Robinhood. Only the most official investors use Robinhood. Okay, so we got BMNR. What is BMNR? BMNR is Bitmine. And what is Bitmine? Bitmine is a company that is owned by Tom Lee that is buying a whole bunch of Ethereum. That's basically all I know about them. They're a leveraged bet on Ethereum. So if Ethereum goes up, Bitmine's going to go up more. And I know they own over 4% of the total Ethereum stack, which Ethereum is going to be very valuable soon with all the tokenization coming on Ethereum. Stable coins run on Ethereum. The stock market might get tokenized on Ethereum. Ethereum's here to stay. Ethereum's been institutionalized. And Bitmine owns like 4% of it. And they're buying more. And what's their stock been up to? Look at this shit. So it was all the way up at 135. And then it dropped down to like 30. And then it was hanging out in the 30s for a while. And just recently, it came all the way down here to under $19. So it's $18 right now. So it's a good buy zone. Like it's a levered bet on Ethereum. And I just looked into this because I was looking at buying some more long calls on a different treasury company, but it was a little higher. So I was like, let me look into some of the other treasury companies. And I saw Bitmine is at a great buy zone. So I just bought a little bit on the spot market. But what I've been doing is long call options that expire in a couple years. So what's a long call option? Basically, you're betting that the price is going to be higher at a certain date. So let me pull up my options positions. So here's one. I bought 5 contracts of this. So basically each contract is 100 shares. So I bought 500 shares of this individual contract. Damn, where can I go? I'm going to make myself real small. Okay. Boom. Boom. So right now, $55 call option. This expires on... It's like January of next year. Yep, January 15th of next year. So basically, theoretically, if the stock doesn't go back to $55 by then, I lose my money. I put in about $400, or I'm down $22 because I could have done a better entry this morning, but it was I put in my orders over the weekend because you can't trade these treasury companies over the weekend like you can crypto. So they executed this morning, but Bitcoin was dumping, so I should have canceled my orders, taken a peek, and then redone the orders as they went a little lower, but I didn't lose much. But yeah, so basically we're betting this shit's gonna go up. But if you look at BMNR in the past year, I need to figure out what is like the coin market cap of stocks. Because like I don't even know where to look at the actual well, I guess I could just pull it up on TradingView. Duh. Anyway, we don't even need that much technical shit. Just look at this. It was just at $33, but in the past year, in July when we were reaching all-time high, it got up to $135. I think we're probably going to see another all-time high by the first of next year. Maybe not. I know I'm a little mega bullish, but if we did, say we saw an all-time high and that shit went back to where it was at... I think it was like 100 1 year, 135. Even so, we'll even say $62, or we'll do $75, somewhere in the middle. So this shit is risky. I'm not a financial advisor, obviously, if you can't tell. This shit's kind of like the D-gen stock shit, but I really have a feeling that these companies are going to come back and pump. How do I even see my returns on this? I always use this on my phone. I'm going to simulate my returns so you can see, like today I'm down $65 because I kind of had a shit entry. Come on, bro. On my phone, I can simulate the fucking returns. Maybe I should have looked at that before I started recording the video. Strategies 3. Yeah. Oh. Okay. My bad. I'm on the wrong shit. All right. So I'm down $22 on this shit. I should have went a little bit more aggressive on my ask price. 5 contracts, roll this position, view all options. Past performance does not guarantee. Finally, sorry guys. Fuck, I might have to go back and edit this shit. But obviously this is speculative. Like, I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say, but look at this shit. It kind of fires me the fuck up. So this is now. So I have 239 days till the end of this option where it will be executed at whatever price. If it doesn't reach $55 or whatever, I'm fucked. But let's say we get a little bit of run in October of next year. We actually have an Uptober, not a fucking government shutdown like this year. And let's say this shit. Come on, buddy. Work with me, please. There we go. I can just edit this. Say this shit goes to fucking $75. Boom. I make 15 G birdies off of like $400. Sheesh. It's kind of crazy. What if it went back to all-time high? 135. I'd make. Yes, they did. Like, if I'd make like 40 grand. 40 grand. And how much do I have invested? $400. I put in like $420 total, I think, on this. So $400. Dude, I should not need a calculator. It's like I'm doing like a. Dude, fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking do it. Dude, that's 100x. That's crazy. So this is a 100x opportunity if BitMine was to get to its high that it was in the year past. Like a year from today's date, BitMine has been to $135. And if it goes back to $135, I'm doing 100x, baby. Yeah, so that was of July of last year. Under a year ago, 135. If we get a little pumper like that, I'm turning $400 into 40 G birdies. That's an opportunity you might want to look into. All right, what else do I got going on here? I got some long call options, or you could do something more conservative even. I think I opened up a couple other positions too, just in case we don't get that crazy pumperoonie. So this one, $37 call option, same date, January 15th, 2027. I bought 2 options, so it was $340 or whatever. Simulate my returns. If we get to $75, say October of next year, I'll make $7,300 on what I say, like, yeah, under $400. It's pretty crazy. And then if we get to the big kahuna all-time high, you know, about 19 and a half G birdies off of a $340 investment. Sheesh. Alrighty. And then I did some call options. I placed these a couple weeks ago whenever Strive. ASST is Strive whenever it was a little lower. That's why this morning I got in the BMNR positions, because I was looking to place more on Strive, but I was like, Strive's already up quite a bit from my last entry, so I don't know if I want to. So just on this one call option, I'm up 128% in like a couple weeks, and we're still in the heart of the bear market. I'm like, holy Toledo. I've like over doubled my money, like doubled and a half my money. And we're still like, you know, Bitcoin's moving a little, but not much. So this is another thing to be looking at. We can simulate my returns really quick. Or actually, let's just go back and look at ASST. Dude, I feel like my computer goes slower when I'm taking a video. Usually my computer's pretty lickety split, but now it's kind of giving me shit. Get with it. Maybe it's the investing gods telling me to use TradingView. Alright. Dude, could you go any fucking slower? Fuck's sake. Oh my goodness. Okay. Strive. Fuck you, TradingView. So this shit, January 23rd, 2023, it was at 248 bucks. Then it was at 209 in May of last year. Then it went back up to 169. Ooh, we'll use that as the example just because it's 69. Easy to remember. Anyway, investing. How do you fucking... Alrighty. So $20 call options for 2028. This one's a little bit more conservative than my 2027 ones where BMNR has to like double. But I think they'll both work good. Okay, so I put in, I've made 3,556 minus 3,184. So I put in 2,500 bucks. And if we get to 169 in say 169, we'll just say, dude, we'll say July of 27, August of 27. We get to 169. Yeah, I'm making 102 G birdies off of a $2,500 investment. And that's not even an all-time high. What if we got to the all-time high? What was the all-time high, like 220 or something? No, it was even more than that, but I'll say 220 just for the video. I'm making 137 grand off of $2,500. Potentially, YouTube. I don't know if this is gonna fucking happen, but it's kind of crazy to think it could maybe possibly happen. I think it's a higher chance than most people are would think, because it's like, dude, this company was just at that evaluation, not this valuation, but it's just at 169 like within the past year. Once the Clarity Act gets passed, all this shit's gonna be popping off. So it's like, you want to take two grand you got sitting around and turn it into 100 grand? Yeah, I think so. And that's just one of my positions. I opened up a few on this. I opened up 4 of these $15 buys. It's like, bro, I would put some long call options, or at least consider putting some long call options on Strive. It's like shit, homie. This one I'm up 115%. Put like what? This cost me what? So this cost me like, I think the math is like 1,500. Yeah, like 1,500 for my positions in this. Simulate my returns. If we get to 169, I'm gonna like 60x my shit. Sheesh. And Strive has 2 years of dividends payments on their balance sheet. So for the next 2 years, when this contract's kind of going through, I should be good. And then they're issuing daily 13% dividends right now from their perpetual preferred equity or whatever. 13% annual returns, guaranteed, daily, distributed. They're paying out daily payments of that shit. That's insane. I've never heard of that. 13% is already crazy, but the daily payments. So yeah, I think this shit's gonna pump. And then, you know, everyone knows Tom Lee, even though he's a bull like me. He's kind of crazy, but you know, I think he used to work for like some major firm or something. I don't know if it was JP Morgan or it was one of the big dogs, and he was their chief like strategist. So he's not an idiot. And he's the one that's like running the show at BitMine, I'm pretty sure. So with BitMine being so freaking low, I think it's a pretty good time to buy in. Maybe even place a bet for the future. And then, you know, Strive, 2 years of dividend coverage on their balance sheet. Now they're paying out their dividends daily. Crazy. 13% guaranteed. And I think these treasury companies are going to do fucking good. So I decided to allocate some of my portfolio to them, and you know, you never know what's gonna happen. This stuff is not guaranteed, but I think this is something to look into, because if you can turn like a few extra $1,000, you know, that you don't have to use for something, save up some money on something, and potentially turn it into a couple $100,000, like that could be a game changer.